Hello, crochet crafters. We're glamming up our chicken amigurumi potholder today. I've already done her face and her bow. And that's a different series. We're going to be working on glamming her up with a little lace collar. She's a girly girl chicken and she wants a little glam lace. The other thing that I did change on this potholder is I did the feet a little bit differently rather than having them hang. Remember, chickens do have feet. So you want to come up with some kind of design for your amigurumi chicken. So let's get started. What you want to do is go ahead and chain with a cotton yarn. I'm using pink, hot pink. You can use whatever color you want. And I would go ahead and measure the neck of your amigurumi potholder to see how many chains that you need to do. I'm going to do 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm using the same size hook, which is a 4 that I used for my this particular potholder. Sometimes I use different sizes, but this is a USA 4 or size E. So after I've done 11, which is what I measured for mine, I'm going to go ahead and create the lace. So I'm going to put a slip stitch in the first stitch from where my hook is. And the reason we're doing a slip stitch is you'll see when we get going how that creates a foundation. But then I'm chaining 3. And you can chain more. If you want it to be really frilly, you can chain more. But I like mine just to be a little bit frill, and then I want to be able to pull it out. So I'll show you what I mean. And then you want to go ahead and slip stitch again. And when that didn't grab all my yarn. When you slip stitch again, you'll see what happens. It creates a little lace bump. Then the next time you go into a stitch, every time you go into a stitch, you're going to slip stitch and you're going to chain 3. It's a very, very easy pattern. And then you're going to go back. Just remember to go back into the same stitch and slip stitch again so that you're bringing that back. Then going into the next one, you're slip stitching. And then you're going to do 3 again. And you see that's creating your little slip stitch lace collar. So you're going to go back into that same stitch after you've created 3, and you're going to slip stitch. So what I would like for you to do right now is you're going to finish off and you're going to slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch, all the way across till you get to the end, and then leave yourself a nice long tail. And when you get to the end, you can pull your lace like so. And the biggest thing I want to talk to you about when you're making a potholder, any kind of potholder, chicken or otherwise, you don't want to have all kinds of thread showing on the back of your potholder. It's a no-no. It doesn't look nice, and it's not something you can sell. So be careful when you're working with this yarn that I'm just going to show you a little bit. When you work, if you have to pin it down too, if this is like the first project you've done and you're not sure where you want to put this. When you work though, you want to pick up only the first stitch. So you can see I didn't hit it behind. So as I go through and I come back around, and I can put it through any of the pink stitches because it's not going to show. But that's what's going to tighten it. And I'll work that other stitch in. So then if I want to do it again, I'm going to pick up a stitch again. Let me bring it back here. I'm going to pick up a stitch. And then I'm going to bring it through the next stitch. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm leaving it. And then I'm going to bring it through the next stitch, and I'm going to pick up a stitch a little farther down, again on the top. Oh, I didn't really make my yarn very long here, people. I try to conserve yarn, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't work that way. So you can see going across, what I'm doing is I'm picking up the stitch and then I'm going into the next stitch through. And I'm going to finish doing that all the way across for mine, but I just want to show you. I'm going to pull it over, and nothing on the back is going to show through. Thank you so much, and please check out my other chicken tutorials on Lori's Handiwork on YouTube. Thank you.